So a lot of y'all enjoyed the last Jordan Orme video, so I figured we'd do another one. Today, we got Aespa's Wiplash, and I felt like this would be a good video to watch because not only do I feel like Aespa has been on a huge tear this year, dropping hella bangers, but I also feel like this video is a perfect example of having complex shot, but making it look deceivingly simple. Before we get into the video, make sure that y'all hit that like button and subscribe.
Ooh, the ripples to the sound?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that?
One look, give 'em whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash.
This video is so simple but so good and complex at the same time.
I'm a professional music video editor for artists like these guys. Let's see what Whiplash can teach us about music video editing.
Bro just go sneak his own like this is why bro is literally with it right now. Bro just snuck in his introduction in the middle of the video, bro.
Hi, my name is Jordan Orme. I'm a professional music video editor for artists like these guys. Let's see what Whiplash can teach us about music video editing.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. We have filmmaking equipment, crazy transitions, a mysterious circular object. It's game over for me. The VFX with the ripples on that synth.
Yeah.
So good.
So
I'm
simple,
obsessed
but
with house music that sounds like this. A good little like catwalk anthem. Like
facts.
okay, the ripples are great. And now what's happening here? We have this weird glitch manifesting. And if you don't know Aespa's story, they travel between a virtual world and a realistic world. And
bruh, I'm not gonna lie, I've been loving Aespa's like lore. Like they got such an interesting lore because it's not too distracting, but it's just enough to make it creatively fun, if that make any sense.
it's gonna get a little bit weird. We have this circular metal object that's a theme throughout the entire video, and it just sort of materializes. There it is in the background. There's a few different theories, but the way that I like to think about it is it's a box that one is put in creatively. So when somebody says think outside the box, they kind of mean think outside of the metal circle. Just keep that in mind as we continue.
Okay.
We have lyrics in here too. All it is just a red background, white background, red background, white background. We did this exact same aesthetic in YG Swag, which is a music video that I edited. There's a lot of similarities. Red flashes just work every time.
Yeah.
Everything is very jerky and very whiplashy. Yeah, I know. Let's go, Jordan. Way to tie that in. Come on. Yeah, bro. I know, guys. I know. It's like the music video director thought of this before me. They said, let's make every single camera movement some kind of whip hand, and the editor just gets to have so much fun with this. So whip, whip, boom, boom. Okay, and did you notice she was trying to touch that metal circle? But they're like, nope.
Can't touch that. Okay.
Dude, in all this is just filmmaking gear. There's just a ton of filmmaking gear that they kind of try to make look high tech and really futuristic, and it kind of does. They did a really good job of it. I also like that you can see on this monitor right here for this screen.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
They have the shot that we're looking at on there. Maybe they just ran a monitor feed to it, but it's funny that it matches so well.
Hold up.
Every single transition is a camera whip. Okay, it's not entirely true, but most insert shots that they cut.
Bro, this is how I know this dude is a filmmaker. He got a bunch of these over there on the desk. I don't know if y'all know what this is. This is like a hard drive. I only got one of them because I ain't over the top. I don't need too much. I'll probably end up with a bunch of these eventually, but I only got one right now. This is a terabyte of storage, bro. Look at how many this dude got on his desk.
I also like that you can see on this monitor right here for this crane that they have the shot that we're looking at on there. Maybe they just ran a monitor feed to it, but it's funny that it matches so well.
Oh my God. I like the little details of like her just being in the background.
Dude, every single transition.
Bro, y'all look at all of these hard drives he got back here. Nah, bro, it's different.
Okay, it's not entirely true, but most insert shots that they cut to, the camera is already moving and then finds the subject, just like a whip pan, just like Whiplash. Camera whip, following the hand to the eyes, just, it's too good, guys. tilt down to the record player. Another match cut of camera action.
Choreo.
Yes, bro, more cameras. My favorite.
Ooh, that was smooth. A little tease.
The stuff.
Cause you gotta keep in mind, before they already directed our head down, but they was like, no, we not about to, like, come on, bro.
That they're filming is absolutely ridiculous. On the lyrics still shook. We literally shake the camera. We tilt down, and then this is just a shot of the camera on the tripod being moved, but on a really long lens, so it creates a lot of motion blur. Another close-up shot of the tripod. I am very familiar with what this is.
That's a nice tripod.
This is
heavy-duty tripod.
Me and her back in film school, we go back. Yeah.
What y'all was doing though?
But just moving the camera around, creating that motion blur with just weird inserts of tech things creates that shaking feeling. This is nuts. Oh.
Go crazy, bro.
How much time do you have? Because we might be here for a while. I'm gonna go as fast as I can because I know we're all busy in our lives, but we want to learn what we can learn. Listen to the song right here. Again, these are just a bunch of inserts with actions in them, and if you just cut a bunch of motion blurry inserts with action in them together, it will create visual chaos, which matches that build up. And then we have silence, bum bum ba-dum, shake, now build up. Ooh! And that bum, we have a member flash on and off, and we get the text over it.
The Whiplash
but there's some
text.
Really fun frames in here.
Yeah, it looked like it got a stroke. It got a stroke with a blur on the inside of the text rather than on the outside of the text. We also got a I forget what that effect is called, bro. This one has a few different effects on it. We have like inverts, we have heat mapping, we turn it black and white, and then maybe there's some extra sharpening on it. It looks beautiful. This is fire.
Whiplash.
Some more inverts.
Yeah.
Now check out this section, bro.
Oh my gosh, that hair
put
move.
Up their arm like this, and then we cut to an inverted shot with part of the metal circle. That's a match cut right there. And then she puts her hand up, and it looks like she's about to grab her hair, and we cut to another shot where the hair is grabbed and then continues to move motion out. All right, watch that in motion. Boom, boom. They match so perfectly. All right. Now,
did they reverse that?
That little circle that they couldn't touch in the beginning, it's starting to break apart. I think it represents thinking outside of the box. So they're starting to break the barriers of expectations that people are putting on them. It's getting crazy. The story is developing.
And I will say this, a circle also kind of symbolizes stability, if you know. If you know, you know. In terms of
white flash right on that downbeat. I don't know if you saw that, but it's nice. More whip hands. I love a long zoom.
Me too. I'm glad I'm not alone. Bro, whenever I see music videos and they have like the camcorder and they do like the long zoom in, bro. DDG used to do those on his older music videos, and it used to be so satisfying, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just the view of like a long range lens and having a close up of somebody. I think it's just a perspective.
We're getting a ton of whip hands, which help blend shots together. Camera movement on the A side of the shot, and then we usually land where the subject is. And sometimes it's on the B side, you know, you never know. But what is happening story-wise here? They have our metal circle, and it looks like they're almost stealing parts of it from each other. What in the world does that mean? Lots of times inside of groups, conflict starts to arise, especially when you're getting criticism. And if you're going outside of the box and the world's starting to hate you, I'm sure there's going to be conflict that arises within a group, and that's what this literal visual battle represents. Oh, dude. This little zoom out and full speed to slow-mo right here. Whoa. That flash. Because if you just cut it wouldn't quite work because you're gonna get a weird awkward jump cut, but you do 2 flashes which match perfectly with the visual language that's been going throughout this entire video, and then into slow-mo. And then we get a ton of whip pans here in this battle. Whip. And that whip even helps us transition back to the studio. I love long zooms. They're my favorite.
Yes, they did it inverse this time. Oh, that was so smooth.
Bruh.
Oh my God.
This is the thing about EDM tracks.
It probably took somebody so long to do this, but it was well worth it. This is one of those shots you put a lot of time into.
Figure out how do we capture the energy and the feeling of this build-up before we get that release of the beat drop. This one, they didn't actually really do it with editing so much. They did it more with the directing and what was actually happening. So the zoom is building tension. It looks like we have part of that circle again in the foreground here. But we have a car that's revving up, and we have zoom ins, the camera shaking. Those little details are what create that feeling of tension when we're building up. It's not so much fast cutting. That's a tool that you could use, but right here we just use camera shakes and zoom ins. And then she stops, and we're like, wait a second, why did she stop? And then the camera whips into this freaking VFX shot. That's crazy.
With the whip
You're
transition,
gonna hire an entire team or
so
a few
smooth.
people or maybe one really talented person to create this shot because there's a lot happening here.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. Shout out to VFX artists everywhere.
POV shot is fire.
That's so just a little with the foot.
Yeah, the little details make a
You
big
wouldn't
difference.
think that on the downbeat we would have just a selfie video, and it looks like it's on an iPhone. But again, we whip into it. So the first frame is literally the ceiling on the soundstage. And then we have some upside down hair whips. Bruh, if you talk to me about hair whips are one of my favorite ways to create fast cuts. And I got that from this Lord music video. Hair is just flying. It just creates so much energy. And you know, why not just flip the shot upside down every once in a while to make it a little more visually interesting. Oof. So now we're changing the color.
Green.
We don't have just red anymore. We have a green and a bluish navy. So where are we getting these colors? There. The editor isn't pulling colors out of their butt. They're just...
Not only that, it also fit the storyline. You know what I'm saying? If we going off of his storyline, they was once in this box, but it looked like as the story continued, they started finding their own pieces and putting together their own voice or their own team. And now they got the green light. It's good. It didn't fit together being in that box that everybody wanted them to be in. You know, that idealistic version of themselves that everybody else tried to project onto them. But as they've gotten better and they've put the pieces together, now it's the recipe for, you know, success.
just taking what's already there, what's already been given to them, and creating the graphics based on that. Green, because we have camo, and the background's a little bit blue. A little navy. That profile shot was hard. Okay, and then we switch the color to red. Red and green and this navy, they don't quite go well together. But we made a nice little gradual switch by doing flutter cuts, which is just one shot and then another shot and then one shot and going back and forth, kind of literally blending them together with frames, going from green to red. And again, upside down, because why not?
Gosh,
Dude,
there they go again.
You're so funny to me.
They crushed it.
That black and white invert is so good. Something very important happened, and we had this crazy shot where it seems like we can tilt up forever. This is created in After Effects where you start just layering different elements, different still frames, and then you can create a really long scroll, and you just scroll up it with a virtual camera, and you get a shot that looks like this. She just destroyed the box, or the circle.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely obliterated, and this is the climactic moment of the song. Anything that the world has thought, any conflict that they've had within the group, it's been resolved. They've destroyed it. They said, we don't care. We're gonna do us. We're gonna do whatever we want, and it's gonna be awesome. So the story follows good song structure, where at the climactic moment of the song, the climactic moment of the story happens, and it emotionally syncs us up. It feels so good. Yes.
One look, give him whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash.
Yo.
I love the subtle choreography.
Oh my
It's a
gosh,
motion
that
control
crane.
camera
They want know I've been back.
rig. Dude, that shot is sick. It's so fun seeing the other side of a motion control camera rig. They
Yeah.
can program the camera to move forward and stop at the exact perfect moment, and it looks so weird from this angle. It's so sick. It looks like the shot sped up a little bit,
That's
so I was
fire.
probably a little bit slower, and then they just sped it up. Forward, profile. The compositions are just amazing. The cinematography is so good.
Yes. Bro, I remember being in actual art school, and every time I would draw something, my art teacher would be like, the composition could be a little bit better. And in my head, I was like, so let me break down to y'all how it was in art class. We would walk in art class. It would be this big, like, in the center of the classroom, it would be this big, like, platform. And he would place random items on the platform, and you was supposed to sit down in a random spot in the room and draw from it, right? But 9 times out of 10, every time we got in there, everybody was just sitting in a circle around the table. You know what I'm saying? So I would get in there, I would sit down, I would draw exactly what I would see, and I used to be like, what do you mean the composition don't look good? I'm drawing what the hell I see, bro. Like, that's what you told us to do. Now that I'm a little bit older and I've actually been in art, I understand that maybe I should have chose to sit behind somebody and actually drew somebody in my art. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to get outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Don't just draw what you see. And even though everybody else's paper, it looked like they was drawing what they was seeing, they might have had a better perspective than I was sitting in. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I get what he's saying about, like, the perspective is perfect. Like, the rule of thirds are perfect right here. Like, everything is just, I love art.
From this angle.
I love art.
And it looks like the shot sped up a little bit, so I was probably a little bit slower.
balanced.
And I just sped it up. Forward, profile. The compositions are just amazing. The cinematography is so good. Looks like they actually.
Whiplash.
Ooh, even that right there. They used the red flash and then they changed the outfits.
Looks like they actually.
Whiplash.
The runway has started.
Whiplash. Whiplash. Oh my gosh, they even did that in their Mama performance.
This shot in particular looks like she slides in, but because we're on a completely white background, it's actually just the camera whipping over and putting her in the middle of the frame instead of her physically sliding in. But our brains can't quite compute that, and it looks like she's just sliding in the frame. Especially with the way her head is moving. It looks like they actually had glass on set because the way that her image is interacting with it going through the glass is all distorted. That looks fire.
Whiplash.
This shot, bro, on a breakdown, have a static camera because it just feels so good. So static camera,
Whiplash.
and now movement.
They served on this bit.
So we got bump out to bump, bonk. Did you hear that? Let's watch this part one more time. Oh, that part's so good with the white and the graphic and the red frame. It just matches the music so well.
Bro.
The whip hands and whiplash are fire.
Bro, I feel like a recipe for success, and I want to know if y'all share this opinion with me. From what I've seen, I feel like 4-member girl groups, they just work. They work. I feel like it's like the safe route, but it works. A 4-member girl group, there's just something about it. It always worked for me. I don't know what it is.
Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. That means a ton. If you want to become a pro editor, check out the link in the description. God bless you. Peace.